Tough game. Congratulations to Miami. I thought they played very well. And I thought we played, reasonably well tonight. Both teams executed offensively pretty well in the game. Defensively, I just didn't think we did enough good things to get enough stops to win. They were probably just a little too comfortable throughout. But they've got good players, and they can space you because they've got a bunch of guys that can make threes. They had 4 guys at least make 2 threes tonight. They don't turn the ball over much. They're experienced guards, so it's hard to speed them up. It's hard to get them out, out of control. They don't have many bad possessions. I thought our team played pretty well. We had a few turnovers in the first half, but second half we only had 2 turnovers. I mean, we almost, we shoot 48%. We have 17 assists. We make 10 threes. We just didn't stop them. They're a really talented offensive team, and we needed 2 more stops to win the game, and for whatever reason tonight we just weren't quite good enough to get it.
Coach Larinaga was kind of beside himself that they out-rebounded you the way they did. Was that kind of shocking for you too?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. The only thing I've been disappointed in my team about a little bit this year is that, our guys are not aggressive enough offensive rebounding. And I think, some of that I think is, I think that's who you are. We have a lot of really nice kids, and they're skilled players, and they're good basketball, but we need a little more toughness sometimes. It's sometimes and we talked about offensive rebounding in this game, and we only got 2, right? Now, the other thing I would say is we downsized and played Hunter Tyson at the 4 during the game because we felt like we were having trouble guarding him, and we needed to keep up with them scoring. And Ian and RJ maybe weren't quite as much offensively gifted for us as some of our smaller guys, and so we played our older guards a little bit more, and Hunter at the 4. And offensively it was fine. Defensively, probably just okay. But we're not, we don't have another guy down around the basket area as much in those scenarios. We're more 4 out around PJ, and so there probably aren't going to be as many natural offensive rebounds. But yeah, that's, Omer for them is, he's a terrific rebounder now. He's one of the best in the league, and he got 4 today, and obviously the one at the end of the game when we needed to stop was a big one.
Brad, what do you think of the lineup with Chauncey in as maybe a little bigger guy?
Yeah, it was okay. I thought it was fine. He had an opportunity to get a rebound, shot away from it, made a defensive error in transition, gave up a layup, made a great 3. I'll go back and watch a little bit more. I think he's going to be a really good player for us. He's, maybe I should have played him a little bit more in the second half to see, but I kind of just went with older guys, more tonight down the stretch.
What is that challenge right now? You've got Alex coming back. You've got 2 younger guys. That
Yeah, it's been a little hard. Like we got to figure. It's the good news is we're back whole for the most part. We're not, just these guys that have been hurt now. They're still. It's not like everything just goes away, right? Chase's ankle's still sore, and PJ's knee still bothers him some, and all the things that you're dealing with. But having said that, we need a break for a little bit. We need a week to, hopefully get a little more healthy, rest a little bit, and then just get back in the gym as a full unit. We haven't had many days other than the last 2 to kind of get whole. And we actually made a couple mistakes on some things we were running, a couple times tonight where some of it might be lack of reps for guys through practice. And we had a couple offensive errors in just alignment and execution of a couple actions that, we usually don't, our older guys make better plays and better decisions. Like Alex had one late that was really costly where I thought he missed PJ wide open in the middle of the lane under the basket and didn't throw it to him, and it's, but the guy hasn't played very much. So he knew he missed it as soon as he threw it to the next guy. But so there was a couple of those just from not playing as much.
thought Middlebrooks provided a nice spark there in the second half. Is that encouraging?
Yeah,
to see?
he gives us energy. I think he and RJ, are two energy givers for our team. I think those guys give us a little juice, and he's one of the guys that does go to the offensive glass. He's a good offensive rebounder for us. So yes, thought he was good.
Tyson had 7 shots. Were they denying?
They did a good job on him. I think the one thing everybody has to understand is Hunter's not as good a dribble drive guy, right? So it's not as easy for Hunter to just catch a ball on a wing and go dribble drive and score all the time. He can do it some, right? But he's not. There's some things that he has limitations with that, it's not quite as easy. So it's not as easy to just kind of get him a ball in a closeout or, do some things to always get him the ball in a position where he can score. And I thought Miami did a nice job in the second half. I'll have to look back to see if there were times we missed him. There might be. But yeah, he was, he made those shots in the first half, was really good. I wish, certainly we'd love to get him a few more. He just couldn't quite get them.
Brad, that stretch where Miami opened up the 12-point lead, is that you were talking about the defense, is that where maybe it was a little?
Yeah, I just thought even in the first half, we gave up some transition. Guys got behind us, like Chase went to the basket a few times, and, Brevin and Chauncey Wiggins one time, and maybe even Hunter one time. Like, we didn't rotate back, and we gave those guys a few open court plays, and their surge, got a couple easy ones. We probably should have been ahead at halftime. I felt like we were playing fairly well, and except for the turnovers, and defensively, I thought we were a little better. And then in the second half, I just thought they got comfortable, and, they're hard covers. Guys make shots. They got a lot of guys that are shot makers, and we did a good job on Wong on some stuff, but then, he kicks it out because you got to have a man and a half on him a lot of times, and Wooga Poplar makes 2 threes, right? I mean, you got to give him credit. Jordan Miller makes 2 threes, so Harold Beverly makes a nice 3 in the first half off a kind of a wraparound pass to the other side. Those are big time shots, and they're guys that maybe they're secondary guys hit big shots, and that can get you beat.
2 straight losses when you're trying to stay on top of the league, extend your lead in the league. Are you sensing any pressure with your guys living at the top of the ACC?
No, we don't really talk about it a lot. I mean, we obviously mention it, but no, we didn't. We played okay today. I don't think we played. We didn't play great defensively. Our defense let us down, but if there had been pressure, you wouldn't have seen us make 10 threes and make 8 out of 9 free throws and have 17 assists, and it would have shown more in bad offensive basketball. We just had trouble guarding a very good offensive team today, and that's why we lost.
How big is this break for you?
It's good. Yeah, we need it. I think our team's a little tired. We're tired physically, not just mentally. It's more like there's some physical fatigue from, guys playing through some, knick-knack injuries, and just the Hunter Tysons of the world playing all these minutes and all these games. And so it'll be good for us. Hopefully we get refreshed and clean up a couple things and get ready for the stretch run.
As well as y'all have shot free throws first in the league, would you like to get to the free throw line more than 9 times?
But we don't have as many drive guys as everybody else. Sometimes so we got to punch it into PJ. Some of our guys got to be aggressive and get in there and try to draw a few more. We talked about it a little bit today that in the first half we felt like we got to the bonus pretty early, but didn't take advantage of it as much as we would have liked. We really didn't get there in the second half, and I thought the game was, fine in terms of they didn't foul a lot. We didn't foul a lot. I mean, it was, except for me being the head coach at Clemson, it was probably a decent game to watch in terms of shot making and baskets. And, we had some breakdowns, and obviously them pulling away from us made it hard, but we made a couple good runs back, and we just couldn't get enough of the stops we needed, and then a couple opportunistic baskets we needed to score we didn't get. We had a couple around there that, we missed a couple layups. I know Chase had one, I know Ben had one, you know, we had a couple other ones that are kind of right there. And in a game when you lose by 4, that's tough.
Percentage wise, Chase has struggled the last couple.
Yeah, a
games.
little bit.
Anything-
I think he's probably a little tired. I really do. I think, you know, I probably played him too much tonight. I needed to take him out again and give him, you know, 3 or 4 more minutes of rest and keep him fresh. That's my mistake. But I do think there's been a little bit of fatigue with Chase. And obviously, you know, I don't know if he's got quite the pop. He doesn't, you know, Chase doesn't say a lot, so he doesn't complain. Like he's not going to come in and say, Coach, my ankle's really bothering me. You know, he's just going to try to play and do what he can do. And but he hasn't shot the ball as well as he normally does. You know, I don't know what the crazy thing is. There've been some game, the Pitt game and the Florida State game. You know, at the end of the games when we really need a basket, he's made some crazy hard shots. But there've been some other games, like Boston College. He got his first 3 shots of the second half are wide open, 2 wide open threes and a wide open free throw line jumper, and he missed them all. You know, it's kind of like that was, you know, when that's happening, then you're a little frustration. So there might be a little bit of that, but he'll bounce back.
Is Alex on a time limit?
Yes.
Like 20?
Yeah, they you know, anything basically under 20.
Behind Chase right now, point guard is trying to figure out.
Yeah, just different games, different. It might be Dylan, it might be Josh. It's, you know, kind of just depends. A little bit on who's practicing well that week. Plays well. Anybody else? Okay.